I'm going to show you how to get a talisman that increases the amount of runes that you get from defeating enemies. As far as I know, this is the only one in the entire game, but maybe there's something else just like it out there somewhere. So this one is called the Golden Scarab. It increases runes obtained from defeating enemies. And getting it is kind of difficult. You will not be able to get this early game. Well, actually you will, but you have to be really unbelievably good at the game. I highly recommend a strong two-handed weapon that can stagger, because there's a boss fight you have to win, and it's going to be really tough if you can't stagger them, okay? And I'll make a boss guide for it at some point. I have the footage. I know how to beat them now, but I'm going to make that into a separate video because I don't want this video to drag on forever. So there's somewhere that you need to go. It's going to be up here called the Abandoned Cave. Nearest fast travel is going to be Smoldering Wall, and you're going to run to that. But let me go into further detail into that now. Now, before we actually go in there, there's something you may want to go buy, if you still have them available to buy, at the Aeonia Swamp Shore. It's right here on the map relative to this road, okay? And you'll know you're here when you see the obvious swamp from here. There's a shop right by this. So you get to that grace and you go northwest, go under this route, and right up here will be this guy. And he's conveniently placed for this dungeon that we're trying to do. So you talk to this guy, and he sells up to 3 preserving boluses. Now, I don't know if these restock after you use them, or if it's just one time and then they're gone forever. But these will alleviate rot buildup and cure rot, which you are going to need. Because what we're going to do is we're going to run through that dungeon, we're going to eat a bunch of damage from poison, and then right before we get to the boss, we're going to use one of those so that we can fight the boss without being poisoned and being in like a speed run to try to get him before we die to poison. So where I'm at right now is the Smoldering Wall, way up here to the northeast. And here's some other fast travels, Astray, whatever. Kellam Ruins, just to give you some reference points if you don't have this one. Smoldering Wall right by this road. And from here, you're going to face to the east. And we're going to go run over here. There's a secret cave that has a boss at the end of it. Also, if you have stuff for rot protection, you're going to want that. But there is a grace at the beginning of the cave. So you don't need to worry too much about that, as far as getting caught off guard and having to redo it all. Also, be careful not to aggro the dog on your way over here, because he'll jump down the ledge with you and try to get you killed, which is how I actually died a minute ago. There's my stuff. So you're going to drop down to this ledge. Although maybe I could just come in from the side. What we're trying to get to is that cave right down there. I might be able to jump it from here, actually. Well, you know what? Why not? Let's just do it. Let's just jump it from here. So we're just going to jump it from here. Of course, took some damage, but we're good. Also, let me just look back for you real fast, in case it helps you at all. Okay. You can probably get across those roots over there as well. And now we're going to go into this cave. So now we are over here on the map. Abandoned Cave is what it's called. And in here, you will find a Site of Grace, which is great because you're going to have to go through the cave to get to the boss. Alright, so that stuff we got, you actually only need it for the boss, because the boss can give you the rot if he hits you with an impale attack. But see that stuff down there? Don't roll in it. If you roll in it, it'll cover your body. Even if you remove it, you'll still have it on you. But there's a trick you can do. Don't press anything other than the dodge button. You'll do this back step. It'll let you get through it fast enough to not get poisoned, but also not get it all over you, so you don't have to worry about it reapplying. So we're going to wait for that stuff to explode. Once it explodes, we're going to get some stuff. We're going to get some distance, whatever, running. And then we're going to line ourselves up and we're going to back step through and hopefully make it in time. And then we made it in time. And now what we're going to do, just to be safe, is you're going to let it go away a little bit before you try to make this jump here. And now we can get through the dungeon without having rot on us. So now we can just jump over like that. And now we're to the next part without rot. So that trick will be insanely useful for you, so you don't have to constantly go get the item and go craft the item for the rot reduction. Now from here we have to worry about getting poisoned. That guy, if you land on his head, you'll be good. He won't react in time then, and you don't have to worry about it. With this guy, could be dangerous. You don't want to get hit by the poison. Does a ton of damage. And then we're going to go this way. And in here, up on the ledge, there are 2 guys that cast poison. And you're going to have to dodge them by running forward, and you have to run back. So dodge like that, and then get up, and then run for it. And oh, you can make it. Those guys are tough. That's like the checkpoint, basically. That's the tough part. If you do it all like I just showed you, though, you can get to the boss room without having rot on you and without taking any damage. Now what you're going to do is you're going to equip whatever your best weapon is, whatever you think you can kill these the fastest with, and we're going to use that in order to beat them. I guess I'm going to try maybe a large club just for the stagger. I think in my case, I'm going to try a large club for the stagger. So put on whatever you think will work, and then you're going to go into here and fight one boss. Well, here's the thing, though. He is not alone. At first he is, so go in and start beating his face in as fast as you can, because a second one's going to spawn to back him up. The second one likes to use magic. The first one likes to use melee, and that's the situation in here. It's going to be a pain in the ass fight to do, but you got to beat it in order to get the golden scarab. So let's give it a go. And that's that boss fight. That one's actually a pain in the butt, but if you have the two-handed club that I have, then it's actually really easy because every single hit just staggers the crap out of them. Although I'm sure there's other weapons that do the same thing to them. I'll make a boss guide for that at some point. But right now in the description, if you want this two-handed club, it's in the description of this video along with links to all sorts of other helpful stuff. But anyway, let's get on with it. So that's the golden scarab. This is what we've been after. So this golden scarab, we can equip the golden scarab in a talisman slot, and it increases runes obtained from defeating enemies. That's the prize that we are after. Okay, so now it's time for the moment of truth. We're gonna see how many runes these guys give us with and without the golden scarab. Let's find out what percentage increase we get. So maybe I can one-tap these with a club. No, maybe? No, I can't. I have to give that guy a hug. All right, so we got 36. Okay, that's down. Now, let's put on the golden scarab. So 36. And instead, we get 43. Okay. Let me run off now, and I gotta do some quick maths on that to see what that actually was. Okay, so that was a 20% increase in runes. So whenever you have this talisman equipped, you will get 20% more runes from any enemy that you defeat. That is really cool. So that's the gold scarab. If you are looking for a talisman, a rune talisman that increases the amount of runes that you get from enemies, that's it. If there's another one like it out there in the game, I don't know about it, but feel free to comment so that I can make a video about it too. But as far as I know, as of right now, this is the only one I know of in the entire game that can increase the amount of runes you get with a talisman equip. But there you go. That's the golden scarab. That's how to get it. One more time as I run away from this enemy. One more time. I can't open up the map. Let me kill this enemy. That was in the hellish red place on the map, in the abandoned cave, which was right here. So if you see all the roads, even if you don't have the map, you can see the roads. You'll be able to get the proximity based on those roads, or if you have other graces, and you get in from a ledge above, so you have to run for smoldering wall, come up like that, and drop down to it. That's how you get to the abandoned cave. Abandoned cave, I showed you how to do it. That's how to get the golden scarab. Now you know how to get the rune talisman in Elden Ring.